much indeed. Come on in, Reince Priebus, please, chair of the Republican National Committee, who chaired the big convention last week. Reince, the job of this convention seems to be to try to bring Bernie Sanders and his supporters into the fold with enthusiastic support for Hillary Clinton. You don't think they can do it, do you?
Well, not with the Bernie Sanders supporters. I mean, look, the fact is that the DNC colluded and perpetrated a fraud upon their own grassroots and their supporters and delegates, but they perpetrated a fraud against the American people, and now you have Hillary Clinton, and she's illegitimate as the presumptive nominee of their party, and they're going to have to contend with that now this week, and it's a tough job. Especially now they don't have you have a chairwoman, but they really don't have anyone seemingly in control of this convention.
Well, you can expect to see the Democrats unite around the theme, we've got to beat Trump. But that's no real difference from your convention where you try to unite around, we've got to beat Hillary. There's a similarity here.
Well, there's a little bit of a similarity, but the truth is that the difference, though, is that Hillary Clinton is a known commodity. In our case, people are getting to know Donald Trump, and last week was such a good week for him because Thursday night really galvanized the party. Even some people that weren't quite on board said, hey, that was a great speech and what a great pivot. And so what I'm saying is that the ceiling for Trump is a lot higher than the ceiling for Hillary Clinton. We have work to do. I've never shied away from that. But what you have here, though, is absolute fraud and mean-spirited, vicious attacks perpetrated by the DNC itself against its own candidate who has 45% of the delegates, Stuart, sitting on that floor.
But you did not see the same media reaction to the DNC email scandal as you saw to some of the goings-on at the convention for the Republicans last week. The reaction of the establishment media was completely different.
Yeah, it is completely. I mean, there's always a double standard, Stuart. It's ridiculous. I mean, the fact is, everything about that convention, I will tell you, the logistics, the staging, the busing, the hotels, the interest, the drama, the viewership. And now look, today 3 polls came out, and they all showed Donald Trump well ahead of Hillary Clinton. So we got a bump out of the convention as well. Donald Trump was presidential on Thursday night. He got a bump out of the convention. Everything went the way that it was planned to go. And I'm excited about how things went in Cleveland. We've already seen today the media and a lot of the people saying that it's a disorganized mess here in Philadelphia, and many people were tweeting today they wish they were back in Cleveland. So I guess the world turns every day.
What is Donald Trump's plan to maintain the bump? He did get an enormous bump, especially among independents. How does he hold on to that?
Well, he continues to pivot to the general. I mean, he's working today with Mike Pence and getting around the country. We're doing rallies this coming week up in Wisconsin. We're trying to shore up some of the battleground states, expanding the mechanics, the people on the ground. But my view is, talking about Donald Trump needs to talk about what he wants to do for this country and his vision, talk about how Hillary Clinton would be a total disaster, continue to pivot to the general, and I don't think he will be stopped. Forget about the primary, forget about the wounds of the past. Let's talk about the future and moving forward, and Donald Trump will beat Hillary Clinton because his ceiling is much higher than where Hillary's at. People do not want to buy Hillary Clinton. It's up to Donald Trump and our operation to convince the American people that we can be in the White House and we can lead this country. And as we do that, he'll get more and more popular.
RNC